Hello, this is Dr. Anatole. The weather is wonderful, and I would love to talk to you about how technology influences spiritual path. It's an interesting subject. We had a fairly nice discussion yesterday with one of my wonderful students, and I should have been smart enough to record it, but we didn't. So I'm gonna try to resurrect a few thoughts from yesterday and maybe add a few more. So first of all, let's define spiritual path a little bit. For me, spiritual path is tuning into your soul, tuning into the universe, and letting that universe blossom through you. This is opposed to all kinds of ego tripping and what I call life coaching. Let's look at various technologies, apps, ways to connect, and things like that. I have some understanding of this because I have a PhD in the area. So let's look at what technology gave us. Well, it gave us an ability to use very, very fast computation in places where humans are slow and prone to errors. Does this help with spiritual path? No, it solves mundane problems. The technology gave us tremendous opportunity to communicate. Look at this. You're watching this on YouTube, and you're probably not in the same place where I live. How is it possible? Well, we have the internet. That's wonderful. It allows us to communicate thoughts across. Communicate thoughts. Thoughts. Is this spiritual? No. It's again mundane. It helps with human connections, with human knowledge, with knowledge that is by its nature temporal. Let's see about social media like Facebook and Instagram, etc. What does that do? Well, it helps us to connect with each other. Is this something spiritual? Of course not. This is just something that helps us with human communication. What do we see here? We see technology as the extension of human intellect, as the extension of human mundane life. Is this useful? Is it useful? Very useful. What do we see here? We see technology as a great way of extending human endeavors, science, connections, communications, computations. And there's no question that there are lots of problems that human beings were able to solve through technology, including sequencing DNA and whatnot. But we need to look at the spiritual side of things, at spirituality itself. Spirituality involves self-awareness, going deep inside yourself. Going beyond thought forms means the thoughts that want to control us. These thought forms are external by nature. So the only thing you can get from technology is more information that is coming from the outside. The problem also with technology is that it reduces our understanding of our inner world. There are plenty of research that shows that technology dumbs us down in certain fields, not in every way. It certainly reduces our memory, it certainly reduces our critical thinking, while making us feel like it's actually increasing critical thinking and increasing our use of information. And to some extent that is true, but not in every extent. Sometimes information is not what you need. You need something, some way to get really, really deeper. We also see that medical technology tries very hard and succeeds at covering up venues for spiritual development, like depression, like bad moods, like personality problems that can be medicated away. We are becoming softer, and the softness is not always good. And from this point of view, we need to ask what technology can do. Well, we had a discussion yesterday, as I mentioned, and one thing that we came up with is that there are lots of apps that help you to start to meditate. And for people who are socially phobic, who have problems with going to meditation classes, and this is an entirely different subject. I don't particularly like that. I believe that meditation should be done primarily by yourself in your own environment. So these different apps, they help you to acculturate you to meditation. They help to break that initial barrier, which for some crazy reason is very prominent, especially in the West. People beginning to give up much easier than they used to before. This persistence, I think, is on the wane. Well, let's look at the spiritual dimension of technology or human life. Spirituality, for me, starts with becoming aware of your spiritual pain. Spiritual pain is the pain you experience when you realize that you want to be free because you have been imprisoned by thought forms, by feelings, awareness of that you're human, by society, by your parents' ideas and ideologies, by religions, etc. And to become free, actually you don't really need to do much. You just need to stop paying too much attention to these thought forms. You need to focus within. Technology makes you focus without. It makes you better connected to other humans, which means it emphasizes humanness. It makes us solve human problems better. It's wonderful that it extends our life and extends our abilities as human beings, but that makes us again zero in on our humanness. It doesn't free us from being dependent, being identified with thought forms. So what to do? Well, we do need to recognize that technology messes up our ability to think critically, while making us believe that we are better critical thinkers. It makes us less deep as thinkers, even when I'm being bitten by these ridiculous mosquitoes. And in many, many ways, technology is a fantastic distraction. How technology can be useful? Well, it can help with the beginner stages of spiritual path. It can help with honing in a few skills of meditation, in meditation. So for that there are lots of apps. Don't write to me and ask what they are. I don't know anything about them. I know they exist and I read about them occasionally. So yeah, you can pick up a meditation app, and that will help you to establish a meditation practice. But beyond that, technology is just a tool to exercise our humanness. And spirituality and the tools that are used for it is about going beyond being human. So to answer the question whether technology helps us on the spiritual path or not, I don't think so. Should we do something about it? Of course not. Why not have better science? Why not have better communication? Why not have better human interactions? There's nothing whatsoever wrong with that. It's just when you need to address your spiritual pain, you will not be able to do it with an app. You will not be able to do it with psychiatric drugs. You will not be able to do it with psychotropic drugs. You will not be able to smoke enough grass to address that spiritual pain. Nothing really is going to address it in any form except you doing something about it. You means without an app, without technology, but through direct spiritual process. Can that process be explained in words? Not so much, and we have already discussed that before, and I'm not going to attempt to explain something that will naturally come out if you have spiritual pain and the resultant spiritual desire. Once you have that, things will work out. Now that the bicyclists have disturbed this talk, let's bring it to the end. Big greetings to everyone. Be well, multiply, jump up and down, and if you like this kind of subject, please do subscribe. Bye.